3 mindset suggestions for fitness and finance. We're going to be talking about setting clear, specific goals. We're going to back them up with positive affirmations / prayers, and then visualization, seeing yourself, whatever it is, whether it's your fitness goals or your finance goals, getting it all together right there. So those are just in general right there, 3 fitness mindsets, 3 fitness and finance mindset tips. So think about it, and you can write it down or take a screenshot. Have clear, specific goals. Know exactly what it is you want to achieve. When it comes to your fitness and your finance, I feel like it's important to have clear, specific goals, right? And then I do this. I take action on affirmations / prayers every day. You can say your goals in the present tense. Matter of fact, this is one of the things my mentor shared with me is to, I'm going to do a quick little volume check, but to have clear, specific goals, then volume check, then back it up with saying it every day in the present tense. For example, saying, you can write this phrase out if you want to give it a try. I am happy and grateful now that I am, and then state your goal. So for fitness, for example, I'm about 175 pounds. My goal was to be 185 pounds. So my goal is to gain more muscle. An example how to say this, and you just use it for yourself. I am happy and grateful now. That phrase will work for you. I am happy and grateful now that I am 185 pounds, feeling strong and healthy like a supple leopard. So you can go on and on. Thick brown hair, 20/20 vision, perfect teeth, supple skin. And you can just you create your own goals. Does that make sense? And then by applying the affirmations every day, whether it's in the fitness or finance realm, then we're just reaffirming, we're locking it in our subconscious. And then one thing you can do too, there's lots of ways to visualize. One of my favorite ways to visualize is to an exercise I usually do at night. That's when I sleep. I'm not a big napper, but you lay down, rest your whole body, get really clear, get really restful, right? So you lay down flat and you scan your body from head to toe, up and down a couple times, get totally relaxed, right? Then visualize if it's your fitness goals, visualize your health, your body, your energy, exactly how you want it to be. Maybe it's coming home or getting out of the car, the shower, going to work, going shopping, whatever it is your thing is, see yourself doing these things, but at the exact specific goal that you want, right? Lock that into your mindset. And I feel like that's going to really help you with locking in your subconscious and training your subconscious. Does that make sense? So now I want to switch gears and talk about some of the fundamentals with health and fitness. These are some of what I call the 5 fundamentals. My mentor said a while back that in any major area of life, and I feel like I found this to be true and different across the board, but say, for example, with fitness, there are only really about a half a dozen things that, if applied appropriately, like if done, and you follow the fundamentals within these areas, you're going to be successful, right? And it's these 5 things right here: exercise, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. Those are what I call the 5 fundamentals, right? The 5 fundamentals. Now, let's dig into it a little bit deeper. So now you have your clear, specific fitness goal, and these are your 5 fundamentals. So if you're taking notes, let's just look at exercise briefly. With exercise, I feel like there are basically 2 different categories of exercise. We have strength training and cardiovascular training. Now, imagine for a moment that we have a twin-engine airplane. Now, not including the liftoff and everything, but say we're flying along. Okay, we have 2 engines on the airplane. One engine is strength training. One engine is cardiovascular. Now, if you only had one engine going on the plane, how efficient is it going to be? Not as efficient as if we have both engines going on the airplane. So what I'm sharing with you is when it comes to your exercise program, consider having some sort of strength training and some sort of cardiovascular training, right? Nutrition. Say, for example, that we want to build a 2-story house from scratch. And imagine that we only have half the materials necessary to if we only have half the materials necessary to build the house, how far are we going to get? Not very far, right? So that's the thing. The foods that you and I eat on a daily basis are like the supplies that goes towards creating the body that you want and that I want. The foods that we eat on a daily basis, that's ultimately what is going to build that body. So that's why I feel like I do have some suggestions. Matter of fact, I have a basic suggestions on this other form over here. I can pop back over. Just below this. We're going to talk about this in a minute. And this is a one right here. 7 optimal food groups to consider: whole grains, greens, tubers, nuts, beans, fruits, allium vegetables. I generally kind of break it up into fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and proteins. This elaborates on it a little bit further, breaks things down into cruciferous greens, allium vegetables, because they really do have their purposes. So that's something to consider right here. Now let's go back over here. So nutrition, if we only have half the materials necessary to build this house that we're trying to build, we're not going to get there. Same thing with our daily intake of nutrition. It's important that we eat enough of the right things. And that's what I strive to do, and always strive to get that mindset, that importance onto the people I'm working with or who's listening, is that it's really important. So consider doing the best you can with nutrition. Just, it doesn't mean you got to be perfect, but just do the best you can. Recovery. I've had the opportunity to train 3 different neurologists over the last several years, and they know a lot about brain health, obviously, and they've done sleep studies, and they all say that their studies show 7.5 to 9 hours of sleep a night. So that's my objective. I really believe in that, especially as we get older. I'm 55, and just trying to do the fitness, the best I can. And sleep is, my 30s and 40s, I feel like I know I didn't. A lot of times I abused sleep and didn't get enough sleep. But now I'm, just trying to correct that. So consider getting your sleep. The earlier you start on this, the better. Supplementation, there are basically 2 different categories of supplements. I feel like we have our nutritional supplementation and our enhancement performance supplementation. For example, like a protein smoothie would be an example of nutritional supplements. And I love smoothies. Not everybody's into them, but I probably have 2 or 3 every day, along with whole food meals, because I'm trying to gain my goal. But whatever your goal is, it can be a good meal replacement shake. It can taste good and give you all the nutrition you need sometimes, but find your balance. It may or may not be for you, and either way is okay. And then so we have in supplements, I categorize them into nutritional supplements and enhancement supplements. In enhancement supplements, I would consider things like strength enhancers, fat burners, prescription medications, hormonal replacement, the weight loss drugs. All that stuff falls in that category. But you see on the whole picture, if I was in person with you, I'd draw a pyramid around these 5 things. Exercise, nutrition, that's the base, right? That's what I want you to consider, is that exercise and nutrition is really the fundamental part of a good program, right? Then recovery, back it up with the recovery, supplement intelligently. And then the last but not least is mindset. Now, have you ever heard the phrase, it's not what we know, it's what we do? Why is it that in 2024, which is the time of this video, I feel like we have an obesity epidemic globally, but right now I'm also concentrating in my country, the USA. I want to affect both, but it's hard to, you can't just start globally. So about 38.75%, about 38.75% of the globe is obese, and it's about the same percent in the USA, although we have a high rate of obesity, right? So think about that. About 37 or 38 out of every 100 people are obese. That doesn't mean just overweight, right? Overweight is not obese. So, for example, the body mass index scale is what determines this usually. Now, was never the biggest fan of the BMI scale, but I see its place. So you can either measure your body fat percentage or you can measure body mass index. But the body mass index, particularly when it comes to being overweight or obese, usually there's that 25 to 35, that 25 to 30 on the BMI is overweight. Once you get over 30 on the BMI, and you can look it up, see where you're at. Once you get up over the 30 on the BMI, you're in the obese category. Now, we know one thing is that obese, if you fall in, and I hope you get out of it, if you happen to fall in this category, do what you can to get out of it, because there's so much extra risk of all kind of problems. You can look it up. Go to Google, go to ChatGPT, look up what are the risks of being obese. It's something that most people, I feel, can do something about if they try, right? So whether you do it on your own, you do it with your doctor, you do it with a coach like me, whatever you do, I encourage you to just do it. Do something. If you're interested, I do have a free online program that I am testing right now. Its value is normally $93 a month. It's all online. Putting people, and I'm doing a 20-minute discovery call, gets it so I can get it more customized for you, right? There's no cost for the call. And I'm going to put you into this. If you want to, I'll put you inside this group, right? And then 2 or 3 days a week, my goal is 3 days a week, I'll come on and do a live question and answer. So it's something it's more affordable for me because I can teach in a group setting. That's why I can offer this at no charge. So I'm just testing it. I just want to get some results, right? So this is an online program. If you're interested in that, please let me know. If you're interested in my premium coaching, my what I feel is my best coaching program is basically where you and I meet on the phone or Zoom every week for a year. This is for somebody that really wants to make a lifestyle change, right? And just imagine if you and I met on the phone or Zoom every week for a year, how my big fitness energy is going to rub off on you. Can you imagine that? If we get to talk every week for about a half an hour every week for a year, how's your fitness energy is going to go way up and stay up. That's the objective behind that. If you're interested in that, please reach out to me for a complimentary discovery call. Now that's fitness. Any questions on fitness? Please let me know. Right now, I want to scooch over back to the finance. I wanted to share a couple of key things with finance. So just as with fitness, I feel like it's important to have clear, specific goals for finance. So we don't have to, share them amongst the airwaves, but let's just do it, right? So I've got mine written down. Do you have yours written down? Have clear, specific finance goals. It can be in terms of, there's different ways to set those kind of goals, is one thing that I'm learning. My background in fitness goes way back to being a teenager. My finance passion goes back about 8 years. So I have more education when it comes to fitness, and I'm learning about the finance. And what I am doing with the finances, I'm actually my goal is to point you to the I Am Academy, right? The I Am Academy is a group of people who are leading this. They have the #1 e-learning platform. So if you have any interest in learning e-learning. I'm going to share this video with you. It's only a little bit over 3 minutes. I hope you enjoy it, but just to give you some true insight on what is I Am Academy and what it can do for you. Please enjoy.
Welcome to I Am Mastery Academy. I Am Mastery Academy sells digital educational products and services focused on the teaching of skills and understanding financial markets and the e-commerce sector. The content is delivered online primarily through live interactive video and supported by a library of pre-recorded and app-based content. I Am Mastery Academy was formed in 2013 by Chris Terry and Isis Terry to offer learning and education opportunity to adult students on a subscription model. I Am Mastery Academy's objective is to provide its customers with accessible and interactive training to enable them to develop skills they could apply to their own trading. Initially, I Am Mastery Academy focused on financial markets education, but has since expanded its scope into learning modules that cover other areas such as social media, personal development, and e-commerce. The primary I Am Mastery Academy products are learning modules known as courses. There are 5 distinct courses that are offered to customers to purchase via the IAM.Academy website: foreign exchange, stocks and cryptocurrency, e-commerce, social media, and personal development. The content of each course is delivered by interactive online sessions with I Am Mastery Academy trainers called educators via a service which is called Go Live. Each Go Live session is offered on multiple days and at various times to accommodate students in different time zones. Students can also access a library of pre-recorded video modules for each course, which is also available on mobile devices via the I Am Academy app. In addition, I Am Mastery Academy offers travel life experiences. This travel benefits membership program is not an educational product, but gives members access to discounted travel and experiences, including themed educational trips. I Am Mastery Academy does not engage in providing trading signals, offer investment advice, or provide trading facilities, nor does I Am Mastery Academy refer business to investment brokers or recommend firms of brokers to its Academy customers. I Am Academy, therefore, has no information on how students invest or trade or whether they make a profit or loss in their trading activities. I Am Academy uses a multi-level marketing program involving independent business owners or IBOs to sell its online educational services. Customers who are not part of the multi-level structure pay subscriptions for educational services. Commissions are paid only on customer subscriptions. No commissions are paid for recruitment or from any fees paid by participants in the multi-level program. All I Am Mastery Academy IBOs are self-employed, independent contractors and are not employees. As such, they do not receive a salary and are paid only on the customer sales they make or their sales teams make. You must be 18 years old or older to enroll. Visit IAM.Academy to learn more. I Am Mastery Academy. This is home.
All right. Okay, battery's still holding up. So I'll just wrap this up and share with you a couple of key things that I've always kind of gone to in my mindset. Maybe you already know about it, maybe you don't. Either way is okay. But have you heard of Robert Kiyosaki? He's he talks a lot about finance and stuff, and I like the way he breaks up streams of income. And so on my YouTube channel, I'm going to make a jingle to it, but right now it's just a short poem, right? But that health is wealth, right? So without our health, I feel like it doesn't matter what earthly possessions we have. Without our health, I mean, health is wealth, right? I mean, I think most of us can agree with that. Health is wealth. And remember how we used to say cash is king, right? Well, one of my mentors, he says cash flow is king. So think about that. So having cash on hand is one thing. Having cash coming in on a regular basis is another thing. So here's the poem. So it's health is wealth. Cash flow is king. Cash is queen, and credit is freedom. So with those things in mind, I really pay attention to where my cash flow is coming from, right? Where's my cash flow coming from? Everybody does it different ways. They can become, millionaires and billionaires different ways. But Robert Kiyosaki really recommends, out of the 4 basic streams, he likes to focus more on number 3 and number 4, which is the business and investment. So because a successful business that's profiting is going to produce us income. If we have a business, like for example, you just saw the I Am Academy. It is an academy, but it can be a business, right? So I can either consume the information and be a subscriber of the I Am Academy, which I am and have been for over 3 years. And that's why I recommend it, because I use it and believe in it. But now that I'm marketing and reaching out to other people and sharing with them and helping them get on, you can become, well, with the I Am Academy, there's different businesses, of course, but you can have your own business, for example, with the I Am Academy. So a business that produces income. So say if you have, X amount of subscribers, then every week or every month, we're going to get paid on those subscribers, right? It's a business, right? If we don't put anything into it, we might not get much out of it. But if we put something into it, hard work and dedication, we may get something out of it. So business and investments are his top 2 favorites, right? And that's the thing. But, we have to start somewhere. And it doesn't mean being an employee or being self-employed is just starting somewhere. I've been self-employed since I can remember. But we're basically creating a job for ourselves, right? I love what I do. That's the thing, is I'm trying to set it up where I can keep doing it because I love it, right? And but the thing is sometimes a business will generate more income than being self-employed, right? So those are some of the kind of things to deal with. But the thing is about being an employee, from what I'm learning, I feel like being an employee or being self-employed, we're basically, I feel, limited income-wise, limited to how many hours you can work. When I was in my 30s, I could train 50, 60 hours a week, 10, 12-hour days, 5, 6 days a week, no problem. Over the last decade, I've made an intention to only do 30 training sessions a week, because physically it takes a toll, but that was enough to where the income, where it just kind of matched but it's still self-employed. It's 30 hours. By the time you do your math, and it can be good, right? But when a business, I feel like once it's going and produces a profit, one of my mentors says, and that just reminded me, that profits are better than wages. So as a self-employed person, I'm receiving a wage for the service that I deliver, and I'm strive to be the best at it that I can be. I love that side of it, and I hope to continue doing it as long as I'm feel physically able to, and which could, hopefully, God willing, could be a long time. But a business produces a profit, and profits can be scalable. Just even in the I Am Academy, whether you have 30 subscribers or whether you have 1,000 subscribers, your business is going to produce differently, right? Does that make sense? So I hope that makes sense. So those are a couple of things to think of, and then also to investment. So there's all kind of investments, and I just want to leave you with a big part of it. There's different ways to invest, right? Inside the I Am Academy, they talk a lot about stocks and crypto. So I just want to, and it's coming. Oh, matter of fact, this is what I wanted to share with you. I just remembered 2 things, 2 short little clips to share with you about why I feel Bitcoin, blockchain, AI investment category is going to be big time for us to keep a lookout for. So here's someone you might recognize.
When we get policy and the regulator regulates, that's not a negative thing. The spigots of capital. When we get policy and the regulator regulates, that's not a negative thing. The spigots of capital are going to flood into this sector like you've never seen. And so for those of us that can invest in it now, you're getting ahead of what's going to be a huge wave of interest when policy occurs. I predict in the next 10 years that crypto, blockchain, Bitcoin, all of this innovation will be the 12th sector of the S&P.
Does that make sense? Now listen to this little next little feedback on how AI, like where are we at? If you remember back in, you may not be around, but if you can, if you're my age, but if you will be, say for example, back in around 1994, when AOL just came online, right? So this next speaker suggests that where we're currently at in the AI time zone, even with trade, whether it's stocks or crypto, that he feels like we're in that time zone where it's like 1994, AOL just went online. This is the internet, right? So as today with AI technology and trades, this is where we're at. That was like almost 30 years ago. So 30 years from now, he's saying we're going to have a growth. It's going to be so hard to comprehend because of how fast it's growing. That was the way, the internet was just an idea in the 90s. People could thought of what is possible with the internet. We didn't know, and now look at us in 2024, and now he feels like AI has the same potential to be that big of a deal. Here we go.
Well, I mean, we could look at it in the phone business and kind of say that we could look at it in the phone business and kind of say that we're already there. Right? But I understand maybe this is even more powerful than the phone business. Are we like in the 1996 internet moment when people are just starting to realize that how big it can be? Or where are we?
I think we're in probably 94, like AOL was just come online and you got this thing called www. something and email. I don't think AI is going to become embedded in every aspect of our lives. It's going to be our healthcare, our education. It's going to be flying us, driving us. It's going to be the speed of change is what I think people are not really ready for. I had Elon on stage a few months ago and he's saying we have a 10x increase every 6 months or 100x increase in capability every year. And we've been talking about human level AI, this thing called AGI, whatever it means. And we'll have that in the next year, maybe 2 years. And then what is digital superintelligence? What does it look like when AI is 1,000 or 1,000,000 times more powerful?
You said AGI.
Wow. So he's saying, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm having some buffering. So are we there? Okay. So he was saying that if you follow that, he was saying that he feels like, I'm going to clear out what I can. We don't need all this right now. He feels like, I'm going to wrap up with this. He feels like that we are currently, okay, make sure my volume is okay, that we are currently at a time frame in our world where it was 1994, AOL just came online. We got an email address. We realized what's email. Everybody was checking email back then. And we're realizing we were just discovering what's possible with the internet. And now look at see how websites are built on the internet. See, there's things, the websites aren't internet. They're built on the internet. And that's the way things are going to be with the crypto assets. Is things are being built on top of blockchain thing. They're being built on top of one another. And that's where the value is going to come in. And with AI and everything, in the next 20, 30 years, he feels like we're going to see it's going to be all over. It's in our travel, it's in our phone, it's in our TV, it's everywhere, right? So do you want to be on the front? You want to be getting to that last? If you're an investor, I feel like we want to go where things are going to be. So I feel like we are in a great position. Right now on the CoinGecko, I'll share this with you real quick. Oh, I took it down. CoinGecko. Let's see here. Coin. See this number over here? These three right here. These are three things to keep an eye on. Well, market cap is the biggest one, and that's why I bring it to your attention. Market cap is 2.381 trillion, right? Some educators predict we'll be up over 10 trillion by maybe the next 4 years, but that's just speculation. It could be below that, it could be zero. I'm just telling you what's being speculated. And then also too, some people believe that by 2032-ish, it could even be up over 100 trillion. This is just speculation, but when it's there, I feel like it's going to be, I'm sure there'll be more opportunities, but I feel like the opportunity is now. The opportunity is now. So if you have any questions about this, just want to get some questions answered, want to see if working together is a fit, please reach out to me for a complimentary 20-minute discovery call, whether it's fitness or finance, whether you're interested in becoming an independent business owner and owning your own I Am Academy website. You can get your own I Am Academy website, and it's your business, right? So if you have any interest in that, please consider reaching out to me. Just text me, take action. Let's get together, because we're building a family here, and we're helping families take care of their families, right? So as you go forward, I'll leave you this with your fitness or your finance. 3 mindset tips is to have clear, specific goals, then back them up with affirmations, setting them up like I'm happy and grateful now that I am, and then state your goals, and work on the visualization technique we talked about. There's different ways to visualize, but see yourself achieving your fitness goals, your finance goals, your faith goals, your family goals, whatever it is. This, my channel is built on fitness and finance, but we all know the majors: fitness, finance, faith, family, right? But fitness and finance is what I feel led on my heart to teach and to share about. And if you know someone that really trying to get that healthy lifestyle, please reach out to me for a 20-minute discovery call so we can find out more about you and your goals. If you're interested in anything we talked about today, just reach out. Let's have a discovery call. Let's get to know each other and go from there. Have a blessed day, and I'll be back. Bye for now. And remember, health is wealth. Cash flow is king. Cash is queen. And credit is freedom. Think about it. See you on the next lesson.